Hello, my name is Jem Ayres, sex coach and sexological bodyworker, and I'm here to talk about the Empowered Women's Book Club. And it's a beautiful weekly space on a Wednesday where women come together and we work on books on female sexual empowerment, but it's so much more than that. I also guide practices, and it's just a space to keep pleasure on the agenda each week, which is what one of our previous book clubbers said. And the next book club starts on the 28th of May, and we're going to be working on Tantric Orgasm for Women by Diana Richardson. So this was actually one of the first books I ever read about sexuality and about Tantra about 10 or more years ago now. And Diana Richardson's a brilliant author. She's written a lot, actually. The Heart of Tantric Sex was another one that we've explored in the book club. And it's just a really, really beautiful book on basically dropping into the feminine aspect of sexuality and how the softness and the slowness and the not chasing the goal of orgasm actually has something really nourishing about it. So I'm just flicking through the book. It talks about not just the genitals basically as being a way in to orgasmic experience, but it also talks about actually the importance of the rest of the body, and it also talks about the importance of the breasts and the cervix. So there's lots in this book that's really very, very beautiful. And as a woman, I found it incredibly helpful to read. So it says, each and every woman arrives on this earth with the intrinsic capacity to experience the uplifting joy of orgasm. Mother Nature, in her unswerving wisdom, has graced the female body with a special design so that this experience can arise. Women have the potential to live sex fully as a conscious guiding force. However, even though nature may have sincerely intended this for us, in real life, very few women can say they have a genuine command over their orgasmic experience. And I think often our range of what we believe orgasm is actually quite limited. And so when women come to me and they say that they're not having as much pleasure in sex, or they're not orgasming, or they have a low libido, it's because actually we've really, from our conditioning and messages, we've limited what we think our body should be experiencing. And when we're not focused on that goal of orgasm, what else actually is occurring through our system? So we'll be doing practices based on that. It says here, the impact of upward moving sexual energy is relatively unknown in the West and is explored by only a few. But if we turn to the East, in a far earlier culture whose medical practitioners urged such energy for good health and longevity, in China, for example, and in India, a far earlier religion also recognised and cultivated this upward spiraling energy as the spiritual aspect of sex, as sacred sexuality. So it's talking more about how we contain and move sexual energy through our body instead of it kind of shooting out through orgasm. And then it says, when energy spirals upwards, it produces a vitality that radiates from the whole being. One feels cellularly drenched with contentment, love and peace. Sex experienced in this way is empowering. Energy is not released, it is produced, strengthening the immune system and enhancing all kinds of creativity. And women have definitely found this through the book club, actually, that it's really opened up different pathways in their lives. And it says, nature gives us sex so that we may have the opportunity to transcend the limits of our physical boundaries, to float as filaments of vibrating light and love. The experience of generative sex keeps a person youthful, adventurous, and responsive to whatever life brings. Brilliant book. That's what we're going to be covering for 12 weeks, starting on Wednesday, the 28th of May. I highly recommend it. It's so much more than a book club. Check out all the beautiful video testimonials from my women on YouTube and on my Facebook page if you're not sure. Ciao, ciao.